Let's talk about some international dust. This thread was given to me, and I want to read some of the comments. Metro Boomin says, married men on my timeline. How many times have you thought of waking up, you leave and not come back? You just disappear. I can only imagine what men who have married Black American women go through now. Those are buffaloes, I tell you. So the shots have been fired internationally and Dusty. I think I got asthma now. This man at the bottom says, leaving my son behind will be so painful, but I am moving out. He'll be in my prayers because prayers pay for food and shelter, I guess. Someone suggested that he takes the son with him, and the dude says, I would have wanted to, but the mother would not accept. So I'll just pray for my own child. And then Metro Boom says, all the best, brother. Yeah, this is where we're going. This is where we are. Craig says he must have thought of it deeply before arriving at that. That must have been his best choice. Is it wrong to wish him the best in it? So a woman says, I hope you will also send money for his upkeep, not running away from your responsibilities only to resurface years later. Prayer warrior. And then some man says, if she decides to use that child as a pawn in this chess game she's playing with her ex, then shame on her. Let her take care of the child herself. So a man moved, okay, yeah. The logic of these most logical people is crazy. And then someone says, will your prayers pay for his fees and take care of his mental well being? And then the same man whose name I can't pronounce says, if the mother of the boy values the boy's relationship with his father, let her make it possible for him to have access to her son and even custody if possible. Anything else is hers to blame. This person with the handle Lagos Bolt Chronicles says, on the he sent this in the inbox and do publish his whole name. He says, on the tweet of getting married, I am going to run on day. I quit my job because of the headaches of only providing and not supporting at home, but it hasn't stopped. I am working hard to get a job overseas. I would move alone and only visit during my annual leave. I would have walked away if I didn't have two children with her, but the boy and girl are people I don't want to miss out on. I would even do a DNA test in the future to justify leaving. No reason like cheating, but God knows I am never getting married again. P.S. I'm Nigerian. These people will be looking for hospice care kids later. Hopefully, they will not get them if they bolt like that. Now, let's look a little bit into the future for what's to come for the international Dusties. These were some of the comments on Do Not Become a Hospice Care Kid International Edition. Okay. She says, elders telling you off for not being subservient is so exasperating. My old man vanished before I was born, never helped my mother, never left any means of contacting him, yet always had the means of contacting us. He got in touch when I was an adult, wanted money, wanted me to move nearby, and has asked a few times for me to look after him when he's a little older. I cut him off with no argument. I cut him off with no argument when he became nasty with me over my lack of cooperation, money, agreement to hospice care, only for him to reach out to my mother with a sob story of how I don't like him. My mother has told me I need to reassure him that I care. As a child of Nigerian immigrants born in the USA, I know exactly what she's talking about. When I tell you the uncles and elders are careful with me, my mouth is articulate, my mind is quick, and my tongue is sharp. Plus, I make a comfortable living. I told them if they want to bask and live in the glory of archaic traditionalism, they should go back to the village. Global 2025 says African leaders can be really wonderful. I dearly love a select few who have loved me forever. However, there are others with an entitlement attitude and lack of compassion for young folk. In my culture, they do the bare minimum, often far less than even that, and then expect complete obedience, respect, and thankless financial support. I said yes to supporting the ones who've cared for me, and I've cut off the ones who provided nothing but trauma. My mom thinks exactly like these elders, and we're Cameroonians. One of my uncles quit his job to work in tech. From what I understand, he never did any certification, didn't pursue any further education. He just sat at home on his computer doing nothing and being unemployed. His wife asked him to go back to his old job in the meantime, but all he did was sit on the couch all day, so she asked for a divorce. My cousins don't see him and they barely know us because at the time we didn't live in the same country. My uncle went back to live in Cameroon but came back to France because of cancer. He didn't work for some time. His pension isn't that much. His kids refuse to see him, and my mother doesn't think it's okay for them to be upset because no matter what, that's their father. I told my mother I didn't agree with her, and none of my sisters do. He made his bed, he can lie in it. A lot of African leaders think blood is thicker than water, but it's not. I am breaking these traditions as well. My saying is you can't make a withdrawal if you never deposit it into the account. And someone else says, once African women divest, it's a wrap. This woman down here says, my dad is in hospice now. I just blocked him off my Facebook. Pour into the people that have poured into you and divest energy, time, and resources from the people who have not. Like, comment, share.